I got it right. We're good. Right? Why is it not picking you guys up? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can hear me too. No, it should just be... Yeah. No, you can't. You can't say whatever you want. You're wrong. Here we go.
To really rename this.
There we go. I got it. We fixed it.
Okay.
Technical
We're good.
difficulties.
We should have some segment that is technical difficulties.
We should.
I had a whole plan for it.
Yeah. It's just like static fuzz the entire time.
Someone posted on Twitter, another streamer, a GIF they have for when things go wrong, and it's like the old like TV bar
I
screen.
used that in an episode of ours. Very
Yeah.
technical.
It's got like I think they said it was the Spanish Fly music, and it says "shit's fucked, please stand by," and I'm like, we need this screen.
Nice.
Right. Oh, hi, everybody. I didn't see you there.
Wow. Thanks for stopping in.
Anyway, now that things are working again, welcome everyone to Night City Sofa. Today we're going to do a cast Q&A for the Shades of Scarlet campaign. So I am joined by Blank Games and Ada. Unfortunately, Hades had something come up and will not be able to join us today. We wish him the best, and hopefully he'll answer any other questions, I don't know, on the Discord if there's any for him or his characters. So yeah.
Or just mid-episode.
Yeah, just mid-episode.
We'll be
yeah.
like in the middle of doing something. It'll be like, you know what Muppet I think would be me?
Yes.
Would be good like filler for when I'm looking up a rule.
We'll just ask him all the questions. There we go. I like that.
Now we know.
Yes. If you guys are unaware, Shades of Scarlet is, of course, our Cyberpunk Red campaign that takes place in Night City and airs every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on Twitch, so be sure to check it out. Or you can you can listen to the podcast on Fridays. There we go. It's like, what day does it release? Or check it out on YouTube. Also releases on Fridays. I are a professional, guys. I know what I'm talking about. All right.
Quick, I guess this is an announcement, but something to say, rather.
Yeah.
We did have a winner for our Games to Grow charity, and I wanted to put it out there to everybody that our winner has asked us to give away the copy. So if you go to Twitter, you can follow this link that I've just posted in chat. Go follow us, and then comment on that Twitter post with some experience you've had with Cyberpunk Red. You'll be entered to win that copy of Black Chrome. And also, we will announce that winner at about intermission to give people a little bit more time on Saturday.
Cool. We're doing it this week?
Yeah, we're doing it this week.
Awesome.
Yep.
So it could be you.
Games to Grow was a success.
Yeah.
We pulled in about $480 for the charity, which is very cool. Thank you everybody who has donated and spread the word.
Yeah.
Very kind of you. We really
Appreciate you all.
Anyway, sorry.
That's okay.
That's all I wanted to say.
No, I wanted to mention that, so I'm glad I didn't write it in my pre-blurb, so thank you.
Word.
Yeah. As for the show tonight, we do have questions that came in from Twitch and Discord, so we will be answering those first. If you guys have a question at any time as we're chatting, you think of something, post in chat. If you use the obols or your channel points to redeem the Ask a Cast Member character or anything, we will bump that to the top of the queue. So there you go.
And I checked MySpace. There were no questions on MySpace.
Damn.
We're safe there.
Apparently we have a MySpace.
Do we have a photo yet on MySpace?
No, it still says it's disabled.
It's the highlight for me is you went through all that effort and you still can't put up a photo.
I know. I keep checking it, and I can write about us, and that's about it.
Maybe you need to write the bio before it'll let you upload a photo.
Maybe. I'll write nice things about it.
It's random sentences.
I'll use an AI generator to generate a
No. No, with the writer's strike going on, don't do that. Don't.
Oh. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Just random
We're gonna
sentences
have a
as
lot
they
of
pop
bad
in your
TV soon.
brain.
Well, to be fair, okay, so yes, there will be a lot of bad TV and a lot of great shows that end because of a writer's strike. But Doctor Horrible came out because of the writer's strike, and it was
This is
fantastic.
true.
That's true.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of bored actors come up with good shit occasionally.
Yeah. Anyway, getting us on
Fair
topic.
point. Yeah.
I did want to just kind of revisit things from our last Q&A because it's been a while since we've talked.
Has been.
Blank, there were NPCs that we had like a list, or you went through kind of a list of NPCs that you didn't think we'd interact with as much as we had at that point. And so I'm just curious if things are like the same, like your feeling with those characters are the same now as it was then. Like you didn't think we'd like Rex or hang out with him.
Yeah. He's definitely become a lot more prominent.
I feel like the
Recent.
group is split on liking him right now.
There's really just one that's split. Really just one guy. Or at least as far as I know. Swag certainly became a big member for a while. I'm sure I mentioned that back
You
then
mentioned
as
Swag
well.
was a throwaway.
Yeah. He was somebody I kind of made up on the spot just to fill this role that you needed to.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else though?
Tank.
You didn't
man.
think we'd latch on to Pawns. You said you
Oh,
thought
yeah.
we'd use his surfaces but not really attach ourselves to the characters, and I feel like he's still like...
Yeah, a big character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing
I mean,
when
I knew
retire.
he'd be there to, patch you guys up if you needed to, because I mean, I put you in the nook. That was where I wanted you guys to stay. Although, you could have gone anywhere. It would have been weird if you went to Cammy's neighborhood, like permanently. Even though you did kind of for a while, but you didn't really explore it.
Yeah.
But sure, yeah, Pons is one. Though I did expect you to interact with him. You guys have attached a greater bond than I expected. For
Yeah.
sure. Let's
You
see,
said
who
Dave
else, though?
Wacko has made more appearances than you thought he would,
Yeah,
and continues to do so, I feel.
he does, and we don't know what really happened to him at the party.
Didn't he run out
Something
with the rest of the group? Like the rest of
Hopefully.
the first wave of party goers?
People running away.
Yeah.
You'll see. I
All
don't think
right.
anybody really spotted him.
The girl who cuts the rat's hair, I've been wanting to see more of her.
Oh yeah, the hair wizard.
The hair wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was great. For what little amount of time, I think.
Cat. You said you were excited about Eminem finally arriving in the story.
Yes,
But we still really haven't interacted with them.
that's okay. This is about the appropriate level of interaction that I have expected.
Okay, that's
with
good.
them.
And you wanted more
yeah.
screen time for Minami.
Oh yeah, I did want more, but whatever.
Is that the same? Do you still kind of wish she'd had more time where you're like,
Nah, it's okay.
hair wizard though.
Yeah, I think she might become prominent later, but we'll see. We'll see how things go.
Dredging up the past with a whole bunch of previous characters and stuff. In the near future.
You've been drudging up the past with.
No, I plan to. It's part of the big picture. The big picture.
Right. Let's. When did we have this conversation? I'm trying to think of when.
This
Or
was
who else has
like
been added?
September.
Oh wow, that's.
Yeah.
been a
Oh yeah, it's
while.
been a while.
Okay. Well, Swag even became a greater part during that time, for sure. You guys went back to him regularly. I think he's phased out to a point. Although,
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, we'll see what happens with Deeps' movie career.
That's somebody we need to see more of. Wolf Tucker.
Yes.
Wolf Tungren. I didn't expect you guys to attach it at all to Tank. He was another throwaway. Although I like hear, Chinzia like mention Tank all the time. I'm like, it's like barely a character.
Yeah, I think
He's
there's been
barely
like 3 interactions with the tank.
Yeah,
He's well loved.
he is well loved.
He's well loved. I mean, I covered all the NPCs from back then. I don't know. Is there any NPCs that you...
I really haven't. I can't think of any NPCs I've really introduced. I'm glad to have Cammy back. In the game.
The nomads have been a big
episodes.
thing.
Yeah.
The
Cole's
nomads have
probably-
become a big deal. That was anticipated, though.
And
For
we
sure.
lost touch with a lot of like, we used to run into Terminator Face a lot and stuff like that. And kind of lost
Okay,
touch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of been put on the outskirts. Yeah, there are a lot of nomads in the story now, and I really like their little gang, and we'll see more of them very soon.
Yeah.
Trying to think of who else.
I
I'm
think
glad
that's
you went
it.
to see Sony Nomura in the jail. That was a cool scene.
Yeah, it was.
We'll see how that goes.
I still wish I could have been his buddy. I'm just saying.
I know. I didn't kill him. It was not my intention.
Fortunately, I don't think there's been many that you. I guess you attached to the Maelstrom people a lot more than I expected you to. You
Yeah.
guys really liked the Maelstrom gang, and I didn't really
Not me,
expect
but
you
yeah,
guys
I get
to.
you.
Yeah. I remember somebody saying in stream, they're like, "Is it bad that I like these guys?" or something, and yeah, I was like, I don't know. I guess I kind of designed them to be kind of dicks, so I was surprised to hear that, I guess. The old guy on the roof.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Didn't expect anybody to actually play that game, but that's a different question.
That is actually a different question. Yeah, we can move on. I was just
Sure.
wanted to kind of bring that up as like, hey, this is interesting. Things have still like continued with some of them, and some of them have fallen off.
Yeah.
I suppose this is more for games than anyone. At the time we talked about our group reputation, like because we actually had started to get one, and we didn't want to do anything local because we didn't want the blowback.
Yeah.
But it was a 2 then. Now it's only a 3. Do we care?
No, I think that we should continue building.
Right? Yeah. I find that changed majorly for me when I actually looked at what the reputation tiers meant, and I was like, oh, we're still nobody. We're fine.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
checkers are only at what, 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like in the long run, our characters are bound to end up with higher reputations. Currently have,
If they survive.
if they survive.
Big if. I was asked back then if I or Moxie was worried about falling to cyberpsychosis. And at the time, I said that I wasn't, and Moxie kind of was. That's changed. Moxie is very afraid of it. I keep a much closer eye on it, guys. No.
Speaking of cyberpsychosis,
Mhm.
another character was Veronica. Did not expect her to be in the game, or even Emily, really,
And Joss, yeah.
and Joss.
Oh, rip
that,
Jaws.
that story arc was really sad, and continues to be sad.
My love life has not gone well.
By the way, I'm kind of sad we haven't seen David in a bit. I'm glad I got to talk to him,
Alden?
but I'm sad we didn't get to see. We haven't seen David like in a while.
I missed Brim.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
rip.
That's awful.
I would say caution spoilers, but it's on the screen, so
Yeah,
Right.
I feel
there's going to be
better
a
about
lot of
that.
spoilers throughout this whole entire thing.
And
so
in
don't
case you
watch.
aren't caught up, and that was a spoiler for you, it was Rex's fault.
What was Rex's fault?
So not.
Rim?
I think you're just gonna blame everything on Rex.
I think it's
I don't know
your
why
fault.
he doesn't like me.
Yeah, it's directly Wraith's fault, in fact.
It is
Yeah.
not.
It is.
Yeah, pretty much directly his fault.
It was
Almost.
the Electric Explorer's fault.
It was, well, yeah. Anyway.
Sure, now that it's you can't blame Rex here, you're deflecting. I
I
guess.
still can.
Technically, it's the enemy who you suppress the fire's fault.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
That's true.
And then the last thing I have that I just kind of pulled from our last Q&A. Like you mentioned that the Hank the Cyber Psycho was your favorite like story beat at the time. Has that changed? Or is that still one of your favorite missions?
No, I think that has definitely changed. I think that the Jackal's Lantern is my new favorite story arc for sure.
That was heavy.
I should have said that in Rex's voice. I did sound a little Rexy, didn't I? Yeah, no, I really liked the Jackal's Lantern story arc. I thought it was cool, and it ended, well, actually in kind of a sad way, but you know, about as well as the Cyberpunk way could have.
And it had good gravitas to it. You know,
Yeah.
like it was heavy in the right way.
Yeah.
Somebody died, but well, none of your group died, unless you count Grim, I suppose, and Jaws.
I'd count Grim.
Oh yeah, well they got you out alive though. They threw you in a trunk, but they got you out alive.
All
That's
right.
a valid.
So, questions from the viewers. First was Twitch Redeem for Pawns. How much speed heal do you keep in stock? Has it increased since meeting Gojira? And since yes, by how much?
And since yes, he can fabricate his own, so that's something to note. But I would say he probably carries, I don't know, a good 5 to 10 air hypos, just in case.
Was that before or after Gojira?
This is after. Maybe he'd have like 2 or 3,
Perfect.
just in case, you know.
More than double, guys. I feel
I
good
would
about
assume
this.
anytime he sees us come in, he's just like, I'll go get the speed heal.
Pretty much.
Next question was on Discord from Little Chomp. For all of Gojira, for some reason your character's the one who gets shoved into the night market with a pocket full of cash and instructions to buy what the team needs most. What do you bring back with you?
Oh God, games is gonna be something ridiculous.
I doubt it.
Go
A
for it,
rubber
Games.
ducky.
But the team needs most.
Yeah.
Well, a whole bunch of combat instruments with weapons built into them, and disguises, mostly. Because with those two things, I feel like we can get into and out of any situation.
So like band
And
instruments.
explosives. Yeah.
And
disguises.
disguises.
And explosives.
And explosives. Well,
It's-
band instruments with weapons inside them.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Of course. Okay.
This is the dark future.
Right. Plus disguises. Plus
How about, like,
explosives.
a tuba with the smoke grenade launcher built into it.
You know what? A tuba grenade launcher would be pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it would be. Oh.
Ada, what would Checkers get?
A shit ton of grenades and a 3D printer. The little portable backpack one that I can't remember the name of.
Yeah.
Oh, from Black Chrome.
Black Chrome.
Yeah.
Hmm
we
But
can
yeah.
go with that too.
A lot of grenades.
So far, it's explosives. For
And I would buy those Uzis, those really cheap Uzis.
Oh, the big dream ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far.
A lot of those.
So far, Checkers has always had grenades on her, and they've almost always come in handy.
It's true. She's our grenadier.
It's true. What would, Cammy grab, Blank?
What would Cammy grab?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pockets full of money.
How much money do you get?
Pockets
Does
full.
it say?
Infinite.
Pockets
Infinite,
full of
however
cash.
much you want.
Probably an armored vehicle, so you guys stop breaking them.
That's a good point.
Hey, I haven't broken mine yet
Yet.
since I fixed
Keyword.
it.
Yeah, I do see that as a big thing. It's not really in Cammy's purview, though. I don't. From Cammy's perspective, probably a lot of drugs, like pharmaceuticals.
Oh,
So that way you guys can fucking heal yourselves on the spot, because you never fucking do.
Yeah,
and
that's
like platinum dock wagon
Yeah,
for everybody.
exactly. Platinum dock wagon contracts and a bunch of speed hill.
There we go.
Yeah.
Moxie would have gotten the armored SUV from Black Chrome,
Oh, yeah.
the big one, and a solo. That's what she would have brought
And a
back for the team.
solo.
A solo, yeah. I don't know if you can buy that at night market, but we're gonna pretend you can.
Pockets full of money. You can buy one of those anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah. You can
I
pick up
feel
a
like
solo.
that's what we
And
need. Yeah,
I
an armored
apologize
vehicle
again.
and a solo.
I meant trauma team. I apologize.
Yeah,
No, you didn't. Oh, yeah, you did.
yeah, you did.
I
Oh my
did.
god, now my brain's getting confused.
Yeah,
God
I'm
damn
doing
it.
it to you.
Lizard food?
No.
Oh.
No, she's
We
good.
haven't
She
heard
gets
from
that.
them for a minute.
She gets that regularly. She goes and she sees the souvenir shop lady in her garden every month. Probably every
I like
week,
that that's
just for like a
built
couple
into your
things.
cost.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. Every week she goes down, or every like 2 weeks, depending on, what's happened. All right. From Chenzia Lee for the cast. What about the characters' real names? I think Wraith is the only one whose real name is known. Kenner too, maybe. Is Kenner his real name or his handle?
I mean, you learned Jenny's last name, which
Mhm.
was Watts, so
Mhm.
she's probably assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't know
asking
that we
the
ever
GM though,
resolved that
do
for
we
sure.
Yeah, was Kenner's real name? Are you leaving that up to unknown?
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I guess
I think it was.
since Kenner's gone.
You want me to
yeah,
call him?
I think that-
Definitely gone.
yeah, he's definitely gone at this point.
Hmm.
Yeah, his last name was Watts, Kenner Watts.
Okay. So Kenner was his real name. Wraith, your real name, or Wraith's real name, has been revealed.
Mhm.
Do you want to remind our lovely audience what it is?
Benjamin Johnson.
But that's different than you said.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because you had like some Benjamin Christopher Doty III or some shit.
Oh yeah, no, he's got a really long name, but his Ben Johnson is his name.
Nice.
No, you're right. I do remember hearing Johnson. You know why I know that? Because that is the same name as your last character in Cyberpunk.
Johnson is a family name. I'll have you know.
There
Is
you go.
Benjamin as well?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Uh,
He's the great grandchild of a previous character.
Checkers, would you like to reveal Checkers' real name, or I guess Ada,
You're
would you like to
assuming that
reveal?
I know it?
Yeah, I am. You're right, I am.
No, even if I did know it, which I don't, I would not want to reveal it right now.
Very fair.
I think that's fair.
Moxie is a handle, it's not her real name, and I will continue not to reveal that until it becomes story relevant.
Can we give away Cass's real name?
Sure.
I don't remember his last name, but his full name was Casanova.
No, that's
But
not
that's
his real name.
yeah, I was gonna say that's
That's
his
his-
handle.
I thought that was his full name, like his real name, and that's why he went by just Cass as his handle. Oh.
His handle was Casanova, and it was just shortened to Cass.
Hmm.
I mean, I can say Cammy's. I think it's been revealed.
I think we know
maybe a
Cammy's,
few
yeah.
times.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Camila Gabrovino.
Glad you pronounced it because I couldn't.
I definitely had the last name pronunciation wrong. Oh, there's an extra like syllable in there. All right.
Yep.
Okay. From Velvet Sanity for Olive Gojira. Are any of you considering a trip to the zoo?
In Cyberpunk?
Yeah, I hadn't thought of it, but yes, that would be awesome.
Moxie,
Cyber turtles and shit.
Moxie would go, so not anywhere near her list and scope of what she's focused on right now.
Yeah, I can't see Cammy doing that either.
But I feel like if it was a group outing and they were like, let's go. Yes.
She would go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If Wraith or Deeps were like, hey, let's go to the zoo, Checkers would be like, sure. But is it on her to-do list anywhere ever? No, because she's not interested in animals as much.
I
Now, if
want
it
a
was an
tactical.
amusement park, it'd be a totally different matter. But
Right, yeah. But I'm not going down the amusement park.
Yet.
I'm scared of the gangs down south.
I mean, shouldn't we be scared of all the gangs? Really?
Biotechnica Zoo for the exotic packages. Well, that would be an interesting zoo.
Right?
Have the, what are they called? The Pteroraptors? Well,
That's
you're talking
terrible.
about exotic package like people. You haven't heard of the Pteroraptors?
No. I must have missed this one in my readings.
Oh.
That's okay.
Well,
I don't
like,
recall it either.
Up in Oregon, in the mountains, there is like a hybrid pterodactyl velociraptor, like pack.
Those aren't even the same creature.
I know, it's a Biotechnica experiment.
That is terrible.
okay, so I think you're saying go to the zoo to get the exotic package? Is that possibly
I
what's
think
meant
to
here?
to like view all
To
the
view,
weird shapes,
Okay.
kind of like the Jackal's Lantern.
Yeah.
That was like a horror exotic packages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no
Yes,
for
it's definitely
checkers
like a
unless
zoo of
everyone's
exotic
going and
packages.
like, take us or come with us.
I think Moxie
It's
would go
not
to
interesting.
curiosity. Pure curiosity. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay. Another one from Chinzia Lee. Name a song that best represents each character.
Blake's gonna have a lot of songs.
Blake's gonna have a lot of songs, yeah.
Oh shit!
Each
You want me to think of
character.
all of them? Jeez.
Alphabetical order, go.
I have to look mine up so that I can remember the artist.
Games. Do you know
Uh,
what race would it be?
no. Like, I've got a lot that I would really like to say it is, but like, none of them really work in the whole.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to say like the Mountain Goats this year, because that's his standard operating procedure. He just wants to survive a little bit longer.
There you go.
But I'm not sure that that like describes all of who he is. You know.
No, I feel that.
Yeah. Let's see. For Wraith,
44 lines about 88 women.
Pretty Fly for a white guy. Oh no, I
No.
said that one already.
That one's for
That's
what
swag.
character, Blank? Yeah.
That one's for swag for sure.
For sure.
But yeah, no, 44 lines about 88 women. That would be Wraith.
There you go.
Ah, can't find it.
I was torn between two for Moxie. Either Survivor, but like the two-way version, that like the trailer for Tomb Raider, that version, because I really like it, or Bitch by Meredith Brooks.
I can see it.
Yep. Those are my
Ha,
two.
found it.
All right, what you got?
So this is totally like out there, but dropped by Phantom Planet.
Interesting.
It's very high energy.
Like you got your like 85 of them.
Yeah.
Well,
What you
okay,
got?
so for Cammy, I think "Bad Habit" by the Crooks, which is a great song. Because it is somewhat of my inspiration for the character initially. But there's also for Rex, "So Fresh and So Clean" by Outkast. I think
Oh,
fits
God.
pretty well. So yeah.
And also with you, Quimby.
Yes, and also with you.
And who?
No, Queen Bee said, "May the force be with you," and I just said, "And also with you."
Oh. May the fourth be with you as well. If I could speak, that'd be great.
Fresh. Nope. Copyright infringement. I'm gonna stop there. Slippery
You
slope.
can do 10 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
That's fair use. It's quite a long time.
Ooh, Meds by Placebo might work for Wraith also.
I get to that one.
Yeah. Could make sense.
So we got Cammy, Rex, and Swag. Is there any other NPC that we want?
Like pawns.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Actually, you
Folsom
know,
Prison Blues for pawns.
for
Fair
once.
enough.
I would like to know what Frank's song is.
Frank?
Yeah, Frank.
Um,
Our quiet NPC that we talk to all the time, but like just constantly background.
I feel like it would be something classy.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Almost
Frank
big band.
Sinatra, like
Yeah.
hands down.
Sinatra. That'd probably be like Sony Nomura's more.
No, he would be Elvis. for
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
For
you would be
sure.
Elvis.
sure. Jailhouse.
Frank's a rough one.
We'll have to come back. Maybe. We'll give you the stream to think about it. And finally, you know, it's my question. I'm like, it's so tempted just to pull it. Shades of Scarlet was turned into a Muppet movie. You know, I'm looking at you. Games, you know. What Muppet would you want to play your character? Well, it was character plural for Hades. And why? Muppets from the Muppets movies. That is what I'm counting in this
Do
question.
we can't even count the TV show Muppets now?
Pitch me your Muppet.
All right, let me think about it.
I feel like that's really hard for ladies.
I know mine.
There's like two.
Well,
Does
yeah,
it?
but
You don't have to
do
pick a
that.
female one, yeah.
You could be
Okay,
Ghost of Christmas.
Checkers, Fozzie Bear.
Good
Hands
call.
down.
Yeah, I
no
can see that.
questions asked.
Yep.
You know, I've been talking a lot about this, and I was told Rolf would work the best for Wraith, but I don't think it has the right energy. I feel like it would be Gonzo, personally. But Hades and I were talking about it, and he thinks that he's Gonzo. So, I mean, we're up in the air on this whole thing.
I mean, maybe Animal?
I would say, yeah, that would. I think Animal makes more sense for you, and I think Gonzo makes sense for him
For
because he's
Deeps.
weird. His character is very awkward.
That's true. Boy Blue would
You
be...
just do insane things.
That's... I'll give you that. Boy Blue would have been Scooter from Muppet Babies,
Okay.
but as an adult.
Okay.
Okay.
I think there is an adult.
There's an adult
version
Scooter,
of him.
I think
Yeah.
so. He doesn't come
In the
up
Muppet
often
Show.
enough. Yeah. But we're not allowed to count that, so...
No, I'd count that one.
Tammy's beaker.
Yeah, I can see that. In a weird way.
I honestly, I was just waiting for
Well,
someone to
she's
say
certainly
Swedish
not Miss
Chef,
Piggy.
but you know.
Right.
Oh.
Or Janice. She could be Janice.
No, Janice is like a stoner, sort of.
Right. Oh, I could just be Dr. Teeth. Wraith.
I could see it.
Well, and I had said that what was his character's name?
Who?
Ewan's character's name.
Angus.
Angus.
Angus. I was saying that Angus would be Hoggle, but apparently he doesn't count.
Hoggle does not count. I would disagree. Hoggle
Still
was
haven't gone.
Hoggle wasn't angry enough to be Angus.
Me in real life, I would be the Ghost of Christmas Present from the movie. I even have a sweet cloak and everything, and I would like to wander around going, ha ha ha, come, know me better, man.
I have heard you do that before.
I can see that.
I have a sweet cloak, but it's like 200 degrees in here, so I'm not even sure.
I don't know if it's offensive, but I do see Moxie as a little bit of Miss Piggy. Just a little bit.
Oh no, fully. Because she can be really nice and sweet,
really
but she will
sweet,
fuck
and then
you up
can
if she
go
gets angry.
crazy.
Yeah. 100%. I like that you were like scared of telling me like Miss Piggy. It's like, oh no,
who
no,
wants
no.
to be Miss Piggy, really?
Yeah.
She's a good, strong, independent character.
She
it's better
is.
than, like, what's the chicken's name? That
Oh yeah, Gonzo's.
Yeah.
Gonzo's chicken.
I don't know that one's name. Princess?
I feel like I
Duchess?
should. No, it's got like a regular human name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, no, Moxie's 100%.
I want to
Miss
say
Piggy.
Roxanne, but I
Yeah,
don't
she's
think
very
it's
Miss
Roxanne.
I don't remember. Oh, yeah.
Miss Piggy would have the best range to encapsulate Moxie. That's
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
yeah.
Just goes completely ape shit if she's mad at you.
Yeah. Will destroy on site.
I think how none of us are a Kermit, man.
Kermit's too nice.
I feel like Cass could have
really
been
nice.
Kermit.
Cass could have been Kermit.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Not the rest of us. Nope.
Oh, you know who? Ralph is. It could have been Wraith. Well, not just the music. He's not really level-headed enough to be.
Yeah,
Wraith,
because
actually.
that's what I heard when I was talking. I talked to Pingy about it, actually. And Pingy was like, I think Rolf makes the most sense for you. And I'm like,
Rolf.
I don't think that Rolf
No,
does.
it doesn't. In retrospect,
The only relate there I see is the music.
is the
and-
music, and
Yeah.
Right.
it's not close enough.
That's Dr. Teeth, I think, is the closest then.
I'll
There
give
we
you
go.
Dr. Teeth.
I don't really remember that character.
He's the leader of the band that Janet.
Psychedelic band leader that Animal
Yeah.
plays for.
Okay. Is this song supposed to be something that encapsulates them, or just that they would like?
Best represents them.
Yes, best represents them.
I don't really know.
Figure it out. Maybe something will like.
Honestly, I looked at all like the songs that it could possibly be checkers, and I was like, they're all different aspects, but this one is like her everyday what people see,
Yeah.
Right.
and that's the one I picked.
I like that Swags was like so easy. Just
Yeah.
so
That one
easy.
came to me immediately.
Speaking of Swag, I have a question for Swag.
Okay.
How many
What's up,
hours
girl?
have you put into Darby's Castle Adventure?
What? I don't really play that game.
You thought
It's just to
Q&A.
get in.
Nope, you gotta be honest here, Swag.
The safe space.
Safe
Swag.
space. Yeah.
Safe space.
We promise we won't tell the rest of Gojira. Just between us.
How many hours has he put in? Probably thousands,
Amazing.
I would think.
Amazing.
For sure.
Look, it's a more in-depth game than you think.
I mean, the outfit choices alone, they're
when
trying
I
to
did
mix
the
and
Darby's
match.
April
Like,
Fools, I was going to make a reference to it. Oh, I know, right? You stay busy. But I was going to put an Easter egg of him in there, and then I was like, nah, that's too inside baseball for that.
Games. How is it playing a character that's still recovering from their injuries a month later?
Rough. Because
I would imagine.
yeah, well, it's frustrating for the character because he has gone through a lot of like emotional trauma and like mental stress, and then to have like the physical, like the worry that he isn't going to be able to do what he needs to do to keep people safe is a big concern for him. And as far as playing it, like I have to keep reminding myself like what his psyche is on the whole thing, and like his limitations, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, and you have. There's a lot. Like Wraith has a lot going on.
We haven't gone into it in detail in the game, but there are a lot of mechanical things going on there.
I know we did what? Yeah, Blake went through like
Did we?
the list of
Through the
everything,
list.
and I was
Yeah.
like, "Holy shit!" I just had to deal with like a lost hand. Like yours was so much worse.
I mean, your lung is still
Oh, my
kept
lungs,
in
yeah.
play.
Right.
Yeah,
The repo man could show up for it any day.
it's true. He could try. And by the Repo Man, it's definitely not the eyes, but his
Tempting
like
fate.
sniper henchman. Ada,
Mhm.
why did you choose move as Checker's lowest stat? And would you
Great question.
would you change it now that you've
So it had been a while since I played Cyberpunk, and I was thinking, as the tech, she would almost always be at the back, so she wouldn't need to run a whole lot. And the fact is, yes, she is always at the back because she's slower than everyone else. So yes, I do regret it, and I would change it if I could, but at this point in time, it's not in the cards. So she's just slow as fuck.
out of curiosity, Games, what's Ray's movement in the chair?
In the chair?
In the chair.
Yeah. It's a 5.
Is that faster than Checkers? That is, isn't it?
Yeah, checkers is
Yeah,
checkers is a 4.
And actually, in the chair, he has the same movement as he would have out of the chair.
It's a good chair.
My dump stat, though, was reflexes.
Ooh.
And as far as combat goes,
Yeah.
boy, that was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
Trying to remember. I think this was the question that I had prepped where it was like, we might need to look at character sheets. What? Oh, tech. Tech is Moxie's dump stat. I stand by that. It sucks for stabilization and first aid for herself, but I stand by the choice.
Right.
Oh, I had a question for Pawns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember. Speaking of chairs and movement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
Pawns. Do you actually need the chair, or do you just like it?
Does Pawns need the chair? Wow, I'm glad you're not asking this in character. That'd be highly offensive.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Well,
why I'm
because-
asking it here,
Pawns-
because I would
Pawns-
never say it in person.
Pawns is a paraplegic.
Oh, okay. Couldn't tell because he is very bubble.
Yeah, he's a rotund man, but yeah.
No.
Is that what you meant? I don't know what bubble
Yeah.
means. Okay.
Mobile.
Wait,
Oh,
he said
I heard
mobile.
bubble. He's very bubble. I was like, that's a
He's a
weird way to say
very
it.
bubble man.
Oh,
But no, yeah, he is a paraplegic.
Oh, good to know.
You think he was just like walking everywhere with the spider chair for funsies?
If he
I
likes
mean-
it, yeah.
I mean, with Checker's move score, maybe it was just faster. You never
Yeah,
heard.
maybe he has a move score of
Right?
2. or
Yeah,
something.
maybe his move score was super low. So
Me
it's like,
giving her my chair after I can walk again might actually help the team.
Except your chair is on rent.
That's true.
is it rented or bought?
No, the chair is purchased.
That's what I thought.
Mm.
Okay.
I did intend to
Is it-
rent it, but it
You
was,
rented a old school wheelchair initially, but it doesn't
No,
use that
Moxie's
anymore.
plan was to rent like the chair he has now until you told me that buying it was only 100 eddies, and I was like, well then,
Right, but when he left in a wheelchair that was pushed by pawns.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that
was rented.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with, I don't think, us. Gojira, what tattoos do you have, if any? I will start by saying Moxie has none.
Really?
Wow.
There's a reason for it. I'm not going to get into. But she does not have any tattoos.
Wraith has a lot of tattoos, but they're mostly hideable, other than the new back tattoo he got that's huge. Most of them are like on his legs and upper arms, and they're stupid things that teenagers would get, like his band logos from the bands he was in, before he was in Kabuki All Stars, stuff like that.
Nice.
I would say Checkers does not have one, but that may change.
Does Cammy have any tattoos?
Yeah, she's got a few.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think we knew of one.
I don't remember saying it, but perhaps.
All the secrets, guys. All the
Does
secrets.
Pawns have tattoos?
Huh. He is somebody I haven't thought about. Rex doesn't have any. Just kidding.
That makes sense.
No, he does. He's covered in tattoos.
Yeah.
Like old Valentino gang tattoos
Yeah.
of like sexy ladies and stuff. Pawns though. I don't know. Yeah, he probably has a few. He was hip once. He was young. Once.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Probably has a
Pawns.
tattoo or so. Probably something.
I would imagine him having like an old military-esque tattoo.
I was thinking like a tattoo for his fraternity on his
Oh, yeah, nice.
on his arm.
That makes sense.
What fictional character does your character resemble, or did you draw inspiration from?
Ooh, that's fun. I think I announced mine earlier. For Cammy, at least. Girl from the Crooks video. It was very loose. But, yeah. And Rex is Will I Am. Well, apparently.
yeah.
Videos. Yeah. Will I Am, but less, clean cut looking.
But more scraggy.
A little bit.
Yeah, a shaggy Will I Am.
Yeah.
Ada?
Checkers is unintentionally, but very definitively Yafi Kisagari from Final Fantasy VII.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm. It's not intentional, but when I thought about it, it's like, yeah, okay. Minus the klepto tendencies, but other than that, yeah.
Wraith isn't really based on any fictional characters. I'd
What? Ryan Phillip. Or whatever.
say no.
Yeah.
Look like Ryan Phillippe.
Like a
I'd say-
wannabe Ryan Phillip.
I would say that the guy who played Paulo in Lost would be the closest physical representation of him.
I don't remember who that is.
But he's loosely based on a previous character I played that was inspired by the Phantom of the Opera. So, I mean, by proxy.
It's a long chain.
Okay.
The character used to wear a half mask because half his face was like burned
Terribly
scars.
scarred.
Yeah.
But then I spent, because back then you could buy appearance points for $500, I think. It wasn't a lot.
It was 500 eddies a point.
I bought it up from a 0 to a 9 by the time we were done playing that game. But I still wore the mask all the time.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yep.
What about Mox?
Yeah, what's Mox?
I didn't draw inspiration from her. It was just very, okay, she was a nomad, so this would have been her style, then it was just based on the life path. So I didn't really have inspiration, just like, this is what I know she would do. And she has short hair because it's less to get tangled or to have to pull back or worry about it. It was a very practical choice. However, I've been watching Farscape, and she is so Aaron Soon. Like, on point. If you had to put a fictional character, that's who she'd be like.
Yes.
No.
I always kind of picture Lisbeth Salander from Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, but the Swedish one.
Yeah. I can see that, actually. Yeah.
You mean the good one?
Yeah.
The good one.
The good one.
I don't know. I have never actually seen the American one. It might be fine.
Not great.
But I liked the Swedish ones. Or I think they're Swedish. Maybe Danish. I don't
so.
remember. But anyway, they were really good.
Yeah.
We apologize to the Netherlands if we were wrong about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't had to apologize to the Netherlands in a really long time. Good job, guys.
Who is, well, I guess this is kind of like a dual question for games. Because I want to ask who's multi-classed or plans on multi-classing. But games, we know you, like Wraith is. He has multi-classed. So, and I have a question, like, how is his medtech multi-classing going? Is that still a thing he's going to pursue? Because we've heard a lot about the musical side, and he still wants to tour and put out albums. So, like, how's that?
So right now he is kind of leaning on the musical side still because that's what he knows. But I mean, his long-term thing is to. I saw that when he went through a lot of trauma the first time, he had a choice of either becoming very angry because of losing Cass, and so I was thinking about multi-classing into solo, or multi-classing into medtech, depending on how things were going, and I kind of let it play out. Me and Blank had talked about it, and we kind of set up for him to go either direction, and it ended up as medtech because he ended up more the healer than the vengeful person. So
I would say now he's swung more the other way though.
I know, weirdly. Yeah. Actually, if I hadn't multi-classed yet, I'd multi-class as a fixer so that I could become the best fixer in my neighborhood.
Just to spite Rex. Fixer out of spite.
But yeah, no,
sounds about right.
All of your characters ever be rocker boy fixers always.
I know it's a problem. Not all of them, because John Boy wasn't a rocker boy fixer. He's a rocker boy nomad. His plan is to actually fall heavier into medicine because he's kind of settling down as I've been working towards, and do more of like the TikTok doctor, like Dr. Pimple Popper and all that kind of stuff, and less musical stuff in the future as he gets old.
Dr. Pimple Popper. What is that guy's name?
Her name, and I don't remember her name.
I know
She's
a guy that does
popular. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Either way, they're like super popular, and yeah no.
Or Dr.
Weird
Mike.
name.
I know that name.
Yeah.
Ada, is Checkers planning on multi-classing at any point that you've thought of or given thought to?
At the moment, I'd say probably no. She really has one true love with tech, and that's about where it stands. If there was a need at a later point and it made sense, maybe, but I honestly, like, at this point in time, I can't see her picking one or what would be appropriate for her.
That's fair. It was brought up on the last Night City like Q&A that we had, where it was Hades had wondered if Moxie would multi-class into Lawman, and Blank was like, nah, solo, and then everyone was like, yeah, solo for Moxie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Still makes
don't.
most sense, I think.
It does make sense. If she was to multi-class, solo makes the most sense. I don't have any plans to multi-class her.
Technically, you've already multi-class.
Technically, I have. Yeah. No
That was
mad.
fixed.
No mad media. Media slow. You can do a multi-class, right? No, she really does want to take corporations down and pursue that media career, so I don't foresee her at this moment changing to solo. And you can be a badass reporter with a kill streak, it's fine.
Yeah, you don't need
You've
solo
proven it.
anymore.
Yeah.
That's what's nice about Cyberpunk Red is like it's not so combat isn't so solo heavy,
Exactly.
dominated.
It sure is nice, though.
Yeah.
Could
Yeah.
be a
They're
solo.
not,
Yeah.
they're not necessary, but they sure are nice.
Yeah. Well, now things survive like a shot or two, regardless of what your class is.
Not quite as bad as it used to be.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh, you were shot, you're down, you're out, and now
Start
death.
rolling death saves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, you got shot in the head. Yeah, you're just dead. Sorry.
Tear up the sheet.
I unfortunately killed one player that way, and they swore off the game forever.
Uh-huh.
That was sad. It's like, but it's really good. I'm sorry this happened to you. I should have fudged it, but I don't really like to fudge rolls personally.
It's better to be honest and let the chips fall and the story to develop as it will.
I do
Yeah,
not
go.
agree with that. I fudge rolls. I have, and I will continue to. Especially, I will say, I fudge rolls at the beginning of things. So, like, when I ran a D&D campaign, and they were level 1, and they were super squish, and they were getting to learn their characters, because a lot hadn't played before, and they were getting to learn the characters and their classes, and I was like, oh, that's a nat 20 with max damage. That will kill them. No, you know what? We'll do half that. Like, it's still gonna hurt, but it's not gonna be a crit.
Right.
Let's get them through
You know what you-
the first 3 levels, and then safety codes come off, because if you can survive that long, then it's on you.
That's true. Something you could do is Savage Worlds has like a bennies system, which is like you spend the benny and re-roll a thing. So you don't have to fudge the roll. You could just put this resource in their hands. Like you can just spend these.
Could.
Just
It's a thought.
a thought. But I mean, lots of GMs fudge.
No, fudge rolls, but I have no clue what my dice are occasionally.
Yeah, read the-
Ada. Speaking of Checkers' love of tech, what type of tech are you most hoping to do? Or alternatively, what's your most proficient maker expertise?
Oh, okay, let's.
Pull out the old character sheet for that one.
Yes, okay. Her most proficient maker expertise is invention.
Is that the one where you can make
And-
up new things?
Yes.
Nice.
And that is more or less where she's leaning, I guess, but it hasn't really been an option yet.
What do you want? Like, does she have, like, her first item that she wants to invent thought up?
No.
Okay. I'm just curious.
No, it's been. I thought I would come up with something, and I probably did have ideas when I picked that, but they've all gone bye-bye since then. Because, yeah, brain no worky.
Well, things have been a little chaotic for the characters since she met us, so
A little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. And with downtime, I could have done something then, but I was testing out all of the options and found that, well, they mostly suck.
uh-huh.
So next downtime will be better for her.
Speaking of her characters, do you feel your character's better off, the same, or worse than when we first met them? We'll start, Ada, we'll start with you because yours is the shortest period of time.
Better off, no. Prosperity-wise, probably about the same. Future, like, prospects-wise, I'm possibly worse just because it's such a shit show she stepped into.
You're not wrong.
Yep. Games, what about Wraith?
He is significantly worse off. He has gone through a lot. I mean, he has kind of gained more of a family, and he's a healthier person mentally, maybe. But with everything he's gone through, I'm not sure he's better off.
He has
Less
a
addicted to
community.
drugs.
He's always wanted a community. He's longed for community.
It's true. That has been like his driving force this entire time.
Yeah.
He does have that.
Yeah.
Do you feel he has? Does he feel he has that?
Yeah, no, he very much does. So,
That's good.
I guess better off.
In some aspects, worse in others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better in some ways than others.
I feel that's where Moxie's at, where like stability wise and material stuff, she's much better than where she was, because she started with her carry-all and that was it. Because everything else, no, not even her carry-all, because that got destroyed too. She had literally the clothes on her back minus a hand, and that was it when she started.
And those were in Claymore Chic.
Yep. So now she's like in an actual spacious apartment. She's got a car, a real nice car. Things are much better in that regard, but like mentally, no, I think she's worse. Much worse.
Welcome to my Cyberpunk game where everybody's depressed.
It's alright, I'm still going to take over the arcade. And my life's going to get real good, so I'm not worried about it.
What about Cammy?
Cammy, is she in a better or worse
Or
off
same.
place than when she met you?
Yeah.
Or same. The man she loved died, but he didn't really like her anyway. Well, he liked her, but he would never commit to her, which is what she wanted a lot. Still pretty upset about that, though. And
Is that Cass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what?
I was just we don't know a lot about Cammy's backstory. I was like, I'm assuming it's Cass. Maybe I shouldn't.
I mean, she's had other lovers too.
Mm-hmm.
But I was talking specifically about Cass, this guy she was with that she, wanted a commitment from.
That's fair.
At least on screen. You saw that. Is she better off? Yeah, I think she's made a genuine and real friend in Moxie. And I think that is very important to her. The whole reason she came back, I would say, is because
Easily,
of that.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Wraith 2 to an extent.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that you do, but like I think the Moxie thing is the big thing because Moxie stayed in contact.
Yeah, Moxie, shows care about her and vice versa.
Yeah.
And bless those empathy rolls when Cammy was in a real bad spot.
Oh, did you roll well? I can't remember.
I did, yeah. When she lost her baby and Moxie was comforting her, you're like, roll an empathy test.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
succeeded, and I
wanted that
was
to go
so
horribly.
thrilled. No.
That was an intense part. Obviously that is damaging to her as well. So yeah, I mean, like everybody, some areas are better, some are fucking tragically horrible. Because that's how Cyberpunk
Life
should
in the dark future.
It's
That's
life in
how
the dark
Cyberpunk
future.
should be, in my opinion. And that's the way I like to run my game, as you can all see, where you get these wishy-washy answers right here. That's exactly what I wanted.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Wraith. Specifically Wraith, not games. Wraith.
Okay.
Why do you still feel the need to lie or tell half-truths, or not tell the whole story, to those in the group that know you?
It is for protecting them. Them knowing the truth isn't going to help them in the long run. And usually it is because he thinks it's in their best interest. And it's that whole, like, not giving them agency to make that choice themselves, but it's to keep people safe.
Yeah. Okay.
Ever since his childhood, he has basically lied to survive since he was 8. And so it's hard for him to not do that.
Very fair.
Makes sense.
Checkers. How, if at all, has your view of Wraith changed now that you've gotten to know him? I said if at all. I said if at all.
You know it has.
Less of a rock god and more of a talented toddler that needs looking after. But she still really likes him. And she's very fond of him.
It's a fair summation.
Well, and I think that's true about most rock gods.
They're really just talented toddlers.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Amazing. Amazing.
That makes sense.
Whew. Well, I have a lot of NPC questions for you.
Sure.
And I don't expect you to answer, two of the 3 of them.
Also, I can't think of anything for Frank, so I'm gonna go with safety dance with men by men without hands.
Yeah, nice.
Nice. Midstream, he'll just
At
stop
least
and be
that's
like,
how he
this song.
perceives you guys. Anyway, go ahead.
Did Yoshino ever return to the Tiger Claw gang?
Did Yoshina ever return to Tiger Claw?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's spoilery, don't you think?
I said I don't expect you to answer 3 of these.
Okay.
So that's up to you whether or not you want to answer
I'll say
it.
you guys have no idea.
Okay. As we play in a living, breathing world, I figured like these were ones that we probably, like as a group, aren't going to pursue.
Mm-hmm.
Though I know it could come up. As we play in a living, breathing world, has Pons made any progress with Rory?
No, they still haven't talked.
Okay.
At this point.
Poor Pons. Rory's such a jerk.
I mean, if you think about it, he
Right.
sent some he sent some mercenaries. Pons sent some mercenaries to Rory, and those mercenaries shot him up with drugs.
Yeah. And saved his life.
He doesn't see it that way.
Well, he's wrong.
Yeah.
I maintain this.
So no, they have not. They have not spoken.
And finally, what were Dracul's final thoughts?
Oh shit! I gotta kill this bitch.
Amazing.
Valid point.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yep, that's about the sum of it. We're thinking about it like long beforehand. I think he realized like things were spiraling out of his control, and he was getting super anxious about that. Especially when, he was trying to charismatic impact everybody to, stay calm, and then you did the same thing but in the nude.
And did better.
Like
And
a
did better.
toddler.
I think that's the moment when he was like, "Oh God, I got to get out of here, or I'm gonna be flatlined." Sure enough, he was correct.
He was right. Good job.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
At least he died knowing he was right.
That's what's important at
Yeah.
the end of the day.
That was his final
Totally.
thought. I gotta kill this bitch. Well, at least I was right.
Exactly.
Wraith. Oh no, wait. Sorry, I have another NPC question. Apparently, I just didn't do them in order. What is the relationship? We might find this out again. I'm not expecting you to answer it. What is the relationship between Frank and Kuniko?
Frank and Kuniko?
Yeah.
Kuniko is Frank's daughter. You
I
guys
thought it was
don't
his
know
wife.
See?
No.
Yeah.
Kuniko is very young.
Really?
Yes.
I'm glad we asked this
I
question.
always pictured Kuniko as much older.
Same.
Oh.
Maybe not like
interesting.
Frank older, but like older. Not
I
daughter
described
young.
her as a young woman.
I have reasons for believing that she's old, to be fair, though.
Been a while. What are your reasons?
It has been a while. Fairly certain it did. But yeah, no, Kuniko's a fairly young woman.
What's up?
What were your reasons for thinking she's old?
One of my favorite Japanese restaurants, the owner's name is Kuniko. And she is a very old lady. And every time I bring my children in there, she kidnaps them and feeds them radishes and things.
Amazing. Wraith. Have you checked in with David and Sam since the lantern incident? Beyond the call with David we just had.
I believe that I did, because I do remember talking about how I wanted to comfort those, like, I wanted to comfort everyone that was lost, you know, in that. And I believe that he would have, though we didn't play it, so I don't know for sure. That was a downtime thing that
That's fair.
kind of got messy, but I would assume he did because they are very important to him. So. And I'm sure they did their own thing.
I'm sorry, I missed the question. What was the question?
If he had checked in with Sam and David after the lantern incident.
I believe he did, but that's not good storytelling because technically we didn't say it.
I feel like there's a lot of things that like probably happen in the background that don't get shown on screen. Like I'm sure Cammy and Moxie have had tons of conversations that we don't play out a lot, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
I try to keep anything like super important on stream though. Like if you had any sort of like super dramatic conversation with an NPC, I would absolutely. We're not gonna like
just pitch that,
retcon it into the game. It has to be in there.
Ada, is there an NPC you're excited for Checkers to meet?
She's met most of the ones that I think she would be excited to meet, or, you know, it would be fun to meet, like Swag and Colt. I think that as a player, I am curious if she would ever meet Tank, because, like, the amount of this makes no sense to me would be interesting and fun to play. Other than that,
Strange
not.
how much Tank comes up.
I know, right? Like,
people love Tank. Look for that T-shirt coming out too. See, I can't joke about offering merch because we do.
Because we have it, yeah.
Now you have to commit to it if you say it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm keeping my
I'll talk
thoughts
to our art department
on Tank quiet right now. So then for the cast, if that's all, Ada, if there's no one else.
No, that's all I've got right now.
Is there an NPC you wish you could have more one-on-one scenes with or learn more about?
Swag.
Really? That's interesting to me.
Okay, of
Right?
all the NPCs we've met, he's the one that Checkers might actually mesh with, like, as friends.
Oh. Okay, I could see that.
Because she's incredibly awkward.
Yeah. So is he. But he
And
doesn't
he doesn't
think he
give
is.
a shit.
Yeah, he doesn't. He'll just keep talking.
He doesn't care.
I can think of a lot of people I'd like to develop scenes with.
Mm-hmm. Who's at like the top of that list?
Rex, obviously.
Obviously.
Actually, me and Rex, we've got many scenes coming up, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
And me and Colt have some scenes coming up, which
Yeah.
You
we're
and
not
Colt.
looking forward to.
Yep.
Yeah. And I have an uncomfortable scene coming up with Veronica. I'm positive. A lot of like, I want a character for me to like just be friendly with, like, hey, everything's cool, we're good.
Go talk to
Not be mad at
Devin.
me.
Chat with
David or
Devin.
Dave Wacken.
That was
Wacken.
Oh
great.
yeah, or Dave.
Oh, you've already pissed off Devin.
No, he mended the Devon Bridge, I feel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Devin was very forgiving, unlike Hal,
Yeah.
who hated him until he died.
Me and Cal were good.
Hal.
I know.
That's how Devon's gonna hate you. Dude, don't risk it.
Yeah, no, I would say Dave, him and I have a good relationship.
But is there like an NPC that you want to experience more of one-on-one than you do?
No, honestly, I think it's better to limit his one-on-one exposure with people. Like, I have a plan for the bigger picture to go seek out an NPC from the past, which I'm not going to spoil. But
Sure.
I think him talking to anybody by himself is a terrible plan.
Wow.
Huh.
Does he think that?
Toddler.
Or just you?
I think it's
he
both.
does.
Both?
Yeah.
Okay.
He does because he
He's aware of
purposely
this.
distances himself from pretty much every NPC that I can
Yeah.
tell. I mean, when Z was going through her shit, he distanced himself from her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When the only one he's talked to that I can think of, and he's distancing himself from Rex and Colt right now. Sorry to get interrupted. Yeah, no problem. Velvet Sanity. It'll be up on YouTube
Yeah.
and here on the
Sleep well.
pod. Sleep well.
And maybe
Thanks for
some
coming.
podcast.
Appreciate you. He distances himself from Colt and Rex, although he didn't really know Colt that well anyway.
That's kind of what he does, though. At the end of the day.
Yeah, and I feel like he was really hot with Veronica the very first, and then has just continually like paced himself away from her since then.
Well, and I expect to see a lot more of her soon.
Sure.
Because there's a lot of stuff to resolve there, but that's part of the whole his fall into
I mean, he's going through some
cyberpsychosis.
shit, so like I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It made sense with me as an actor for the character to do that.
I get you.
yeah.
I don't think it's a bad choice.
Yeah.
I'm just noting my observations.
Oh no, you're 100% right.
Yeah. Just as I sit here and watch the character do some wild shit that I don't understand sometimes.
Good for you, both character.
Fair enough.
Keeps you on your toes.
I have had like an audience member say, "What's going on with Wraith?" And I'm like, I don't know.
Audience, you can always send me a message and I'll say something
No.
really cryptic so that I
Yeah.
don't spoil anything.
There you
There
go.
is a bigger plan.
Bigger
though.
picture,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's all you're gonna get.
That's all you can get.
It
No,
is
I
going
think that
somewhere.
especially recently, he's still cyber psycho, isn't he?
No, he's just barely on the other side of not being cyber psycho.
Oh, is he? I didn't
Yeah,
know
he's
that
in the
he'd
2
actually
range,
crossed
isn't
the
he?
Threshold.
Yeah, I think he's just barely into 2.
Yeah.
And that's
Oh.
because of the therapy he got during his healing.
That
Gotcha.
pawn's forced on him.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's still not great at the moment, but he's a lot healthier than he's been since we met him.
Fair enough.
What about Moxie?
Well, yeah.
See, it's weird because I'm like, I want to know more about Cammy's backstory, but I feel like Moxie and Cammy in their downtime would have talked a lot. It's just never been done on screen, which is awkward to be like suddenly have these interpersonal conversations, especially like after her week of therapy when she'd go home and actually open up.
Mm.
But I'd really like her to have more of an one-on-one scene with Pons and find out what that rift between him and Rory was, and like what happened that caused that shift, because she's very family oriented and she
That'd
doesn't
be a hard one to broach.
understand. Yeah, so it's one of those things where I'm like, she has to build up to this, and dude, there's so much always going on. Fuck.
I know. I don't give you guys a break.
And when we do have a break, I'm like in therapy or healing. It's
Yeah.
Right.
It's like time that you need for other things.
yeah.
Or going to the Jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, that was your fault. That's not. I'm not putting. That
Hey,
on
going there was not the issue. Going to the room with your cool was the issue.
Valid.
No, had she just
Valid.
been like, no, it's fine, and walked away, she would have been alright. But maybe. She would have had a better chance.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Possibly. But yeah, Pons, I think.
It's good
Fair
stuff.
enough. Yeah.
Blank.
Hmm.
During our last Night City Sofa Q&A, you mentioned you had introduced something that you had something that you had to recycle, and it was about to come into play. Again, this was back in September. I probably should have warned you that this question was coming and given you time to look, and I did not. That's on me. But if you remember, what was the original idea and how did you recycle it?
I mean, I recycle a lot of ideas.
What's an idea? Because it was something that you were excited. It was a thread that you thought we'd follow and then didn't. So you recycled it.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible we never got to it either.
No,
But
he
it was
said we
something
were
we had-
just about to do it. It feels like it was an upcoming mission.
Right, but I'm saying that it could have been
do
an
think
Eminem thing that
Oh,
he
yeah.
was like, "Oh, we're gonna do this soon," and then we just still didn't do it.
Yeah. Trying to think.
Or, I mean, it could have been anything
I do.
at this point.
Well,
You
I
could
do
just-
think that it was probably a piece of
I'll be right back.
the fucking Jackal's lantern thing.
Hmm.
Though I cannot remember specifically what it was. There are a lot of things I do recycle. Some of the missions from Rex I've put teasers in. And then when you guys don't pick up those,
You have to use them somehow.
don't pick up those trails, I'll fit them in to the other missions just because I don't want to lose that material.
So, what's one that you've done that with? I mean, if we've already done it, I feel like it's not spoilery.
Yeah. This whole Maeda thing, most recent thing, was actually a different mission entirely. That you were supposed to deliver roses to this girl from a Tiger Claw member.
Ah,
Like a
and
secret
so-
admirer type thing?
Kind of. I mean, there's obviously a twist. You know me.
right.
But
I feel like Wraith would
Yeah.
have been so good at that.
it would have been very interesting. I think so. I recycled her entire schedule and put it into this other character. And so Nail Me was something that was supposed to get involved. That may have been what I was talking about back in September. Although I didn't recycle it at that point, so no. Parts of this mission with the bullet, there was Rex had mentioned a geocache a long time ago that he wanted to hire you to go collect.
I'm sitting there going, really? Did he? Don't remember.
Yeah, he did.
Very briefly, yeah. Well, actually, a few times. But the part, it's pretty bare bones that I stole from it, but I did steal pieces of it, and I don't want to get too specific into that because it is still yet to come.
Ah.
But Yeah. So there's that, and I mean other things down the road. I can't think of them all, but
I
I
was
do
just
see
looking
like,
for
oh,
one.
they're not going this way, so I'll use this NPC over here.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I really like them or whatever.
Can I ask, did Rex ever get his night market put together?
No, he still has not.
No,
He
I've
has
asked
not
that.
He's not been able to, because part of those missions were
Was to get his
get the
army.
night market
Yeah.
together. You were supposed to collect the pieces for it,
The
and
band
so
equipment.
since that hasn't happened, I've just said, yeah, he still hasn't gotten to it. This may go a long way, depending on what happens.
Right.
So we'll see.
Maybe one day.
I'm trying to think of what I said back, or was talking about back in September, but I can't
It
remember.
quickly followed the all of Cass's backstory had to be.
Oh yeah.
Set
'cause you
aside?
wrote a whole bunch for that.
I had written a bunch for that. That I have not recycled though.
Okay, I wasn't sure if there was something in there then that. might have
Nope, but it might come up. I might reuse some of that.
certain things. Yeah.
It depends. I feel like it's so specific towards the character that it might be a little hard. But
Yeah, my backstory is still safe.
this is an important skill for a GM to have. I
Mine
think
is
is
not.
flexibility with the stuff that you make, because your characters aren't going to go the way you want them to ever.
No.
And that's okay. That's part of the fun, I think, is that they have the choice to do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can like provide pretty obvious hooks for them to follow, but there's nothing telling them that they have to follow that hook, and that's the exciting part. Is like I have introduced many hooks into this game, and
Yeah.
they only have so much time to do the hooks.
I'm
And
really
so
sad
the hooks they pick are like interesting to see.
we didn't get to go to the Fight Club because you didn't tell us about that games.
Yeah,
sorry.
that was
Yeah.
a really fun.
I
one.
was so excited. I was
I
like,
had
Mox
that
is
one
gonna go and
planned out as
fight
well.
there alongside Cass. It's gonna be great. And you're like, nah, this isn't important.
Yeah.
Going back and rewatching some of the old episodes, I see hooks that you put in there that I'm like, I wonder how that would have ended up.
Yeah, I put in a lot. Definitely the shotgun approach. See what picks up. I am interested, though. This is a question for you, Moxie. Moxie,
Me?
whatever. Well, it's for Moxie.
Yeah.
What threads are the most pressing to you after this mission?
Oh. Jackal's Lantern
Okay.
is like the
She still
top.
wants to go after them.
Yeah, she's going to see if she can find Jenny again. For an interview. It's not necessary, but she also has stuff she would like to return to Jenny if she's still around. But she does want to send out that article and try to get them locked up, since she's not super eager to go back down there and take them out. Or at least provoke them enough into coming into Tiger Claw territory to try and get her.
Right.
So either way, that's next on the list. It's kind of currently on the list, as well as next on the list. After that, I mentioned it once, way back when. I don't know if anybody remembers. Seeing if she can get her chip unlocked and decrypted.
Mhm.
Followed by Shady Acres. Looking at... No. Guys, I have so much shit on my plate, and I'm like, wait, order of operations here. Because the Sony Nomura stuff and the lawyer stuff with that Mendez is supposed to get her should be up there.
Yeah.
Just lump everything that's Campbell's related under one category.
That's not Campbell related. That's technically... Well... That's Eyes related, if anything.
That's true.
That's Eyes related. But she figures he's going to be around for a bit, so... But, like, she doesn't think the lawyer is. She's pretty sure the lawyer's dead at this point. Definitely Sony's friend is dead. the lawyer possibly, if not in hiding. So that would have to take precedent. And then, yeah, her chip, and then the Shady Acres stuff. I feel like there's something else. I don't remember.
Saving the bodega.
That's saving the boat. No. I'm torn on that one. She's torn on that one because she does not want an oasis there, but if it opens, she figures one of the Campbell family members will like have to be there at the grand opening, or hopes one of them will be.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
Bigger picture.
yeah, she's like, I might let this happen and then take it down. But it also depends on what's good for the community because she likes the Nook, so. But boo corporations.
Right?
Yeah.
It'd be good for the Nook to have food that's
Yeah.
accessible there.
So that's kind of a tough one for her.
And
Yeah.
you could try before you buy.
No. That was a great commercial.
Yeah, that was.
Thank you.
I think, I don't know, like, where's my list of things?
I don't know, I derailed you, I think.
That's fine. Nope, that's it.
all?
Oh, I was really sad. This is not going to become a thing because there's no way I have time for it. But I'm a little sad I don't get to research the Harbor Master's shady ship.
Oh. Just
If
don't
we
have
had
time.
time, I'd take him down.
I do not have time. I don't want to take him down. I just want to steal the manifest, find like the actual
Pirates?
behind the scenes. No, I don't even care about the pirates. She's like, if he's in league with pirates, he's doing other shady shit. Which means he's probably got cargo containers full of like black market goods there. Somewhere. Or like someone has stashed stuff. Those are the containers she wants to find. Steal stuff from one. And then give the rest to the NCPD to take the Harbor Master down. But like, grab their haul first.
Makes sense.
I do not have time for that, so it's never going to happen. But
We're busy people.
busy people, yeah. Lantern first. Then the
Lantern
Sony thing.
first. Interesting. Okay.
Nope.
Now I know what to prepare for.
Yeah, you Ada had a question for you games. I don't know if she remembers. I didn't want to ask this until she got back. Do you remember?
No.
Okay. How did you feel when Russian roulette was played?
Right, yes.
Me as games or me as Wraith?
Games.
Use games.
Okay. Man, so I have that story with I had a villain that committed suicide I built up for several game sessions, and then they got to the final boss, and he's like, all right, we're doing Russian roulette, pulled out a gun, spun the thing, and I did it basically the way Blank did it, but he put the gun to his head and blew his brains out in the first turn. And that was the climax of this big story I had been working on. So the moment that we were introduced to Russian roulette, I'm like, I pray to God this guy doesn't kill himself, because that would just be dumb.
We all joked that the gun was actually completely still loaded, or it was a
fully
semi-automatic.
automatic. Yeah, so that's how I felt about Russian roulette.
That was an intense sequence. I was not. I think you can see my alarm when you decided to play. I was like, what?
There was alarm
Really?
with excitement.
Yeah, I was also excited.
Yeah.
Because I designed a lot of mini games for that scene, and I don't know, maybe three of them got used.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's okay. Material for later.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right?
We'll see. Yeah, that's a good one.
Blank, 2 questions.
Okay.
Do you find the group generally walks through encounters or struggles?
I would say that my counters are appropriate to difficult. And that is exactly the area that I want them to be. I do want an element of drama, and I want you to fear for your character's life. And I don't think any of them have been just a breeze, except for maybe the scabs one. But that was okay. I think that was appropriate for that time. You don't think
That was
you
not a
walked through the
breeze.
scabs?
I'm sorry, Games. How badly did Wraith get hurt in that one?
No, I know. I'm saying that
Well,
literally none of his jobs are easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be easy.
No, I know.
I think that, by the way, for any GMs listening, I think that's a great trick to pull on your players. Just give them an easy mission. Just like a literal milk run, because they will wonder what the fuck is going on long
Where the
after it's
turn will
done.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah. What went wrong?
And you're just like, I just want to do something nice for you guys. Meanwhile, you're also like,
So yeah, my encounters I'd say are medium to difficult.
And it's good storytelling.
And then what's your most memorable, if any, if we've had any moment that we have made you go, what the fuck, from the
Oh my
player's
God, all the
actions,
time.
i.e. Critical Role and Jerry the Goat. If you guys haven't seen it, Jerry the Goat.
Well, I guess the one that comes to mind immediately is because we just talked about it. The fucking Russian roulette was definitely like, what the fuck.
That's fair.
Another what the fuck moment I had was when Wraith yelled at Colt. I was just like, whoa, where'd this come from? So that was kind of, but that wasn't a Jerry the Goat moment.
No. Wraith yelling at 8 Ball was also really like, oh shit.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I loved that
Oh yeah.
one.
That's true. I guess that's less what the fuck though.
Nice. Which campaign is that? For me, that'd be the Rakshasa in Whitestone. Oh yeah, the Rakshasa in Whitestone. That's such a good part. But this is we're talking about campaign 3. It was I think the most recent episode that's available out there right now. Aside from the one they're doing right
Tonight.
now.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
When Cass pulled the grenades, you were caught by surprise.
Yeah, kind of horrible to keep it up too, but I still haven't finished campaign 2. I'm trying to think of any other what the fuck moments.
I don't think we've had
Yeah.
something that was like that, like holy
Not
shit,
like
just
that.
happened. Yeah.
Although I feel like there's got to be some. Oh yeah, the toga.
Oh
was
yeah.
Like a what the fuck. moment.
Bed sheet with shoe polish.
The bed sheet with shoe polish.
Yes.
was while
I still have
walking
that on my
around
sheet.
into everybody's home. I was like,
Oh
what
my
the fuck
God.
is going on?
Yeah.
That was a what the fuck.
That
moment.
was a good. That's yeah.
That was a long time ago though.
That's okay.
That's all I can think of at the moment.
Right on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that my last. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to ask a question.
Yeah.
Games, what moment has been your favorite in the whole campaign?
Ooh. I have to think about what would constitute my favorite moment. I really liked, and as terrible as the situation was, the being in the cage with Grim moment. When I blew the guy's brains out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that moment.
That was a good moment.
Great moment.
Like as far as like a personal moment goes. The funeral as
Oh,
far
that was a
as
really depressing
yeah.
moment, but I liked
the
it.
end of season 1 was really good, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say those are probably my 2 favorite. But the and this favorite is not the right word for this one, but the walking into Z's place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Black Words episode. Like that hit me. I was like, ooh.
No.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that was one of my favorite moments as well. I mean, favorite's such a weird word to use for it.
Right.
It's one of your most memorable moments.
It was one of the most memorable and, yeah, important, I suppose.
Yeah.
Certainly impactful to the story.
Impactful, maybe.
Yeah.
And then same question to you, Ada. What has been your favorite moment that you've traveled with and experienced?
Oh. I mean, personal moment obviously is saving Wraith.
Oh,
Because that was a
great.
total fucking Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Double tens.
Huge.
It was one of the very few times my dice have actually worked for me in a pinch. But like most epic moment overall has to have been, it's a toss up between Wraith in the cage and Moxie actually killing Dracul. Because both were just so like boom.
Those were pretty fucking epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Moxie moment was huge too, yeah.
Like, I loved Wraith's shit talk
Yeah.
when he was in the cage. It was just so good and so, like, yes, I'm a god, worship me. And it was fabulous to watch. But Moxie pulling that out and killing Dracul was just... Yeah, there you go.
What about you, Jess?
I was gonna say, and mine's next. I know. There's I don't know. There's so many. I have a lot of like highlights that live in my brain. Losing my hand, obviously, Moxie's hand,
was a great
is a
one.
big one that continuously stays with me.
You could get an organic hand.
No, it's not the same. Not
Yeah.
the same. And then the cyber hand was free. Let's not forget when she had no money or anything. The cyber
Right.
hand was free. Wraith's conversation with Z at the diner sticks
That was
out.
a good one.
Her conversation with Wraith after Cass died sticks out.
Also a good one.
The ones that you've said. Less Moxie killing Dracul, definitely when she shot off his mandible, though. 100%.
That was a cool moment.
100%. Swag destroying her agent, but almost but slightly second to that everybody thought she just would have straight up murdered him.
Right.
Because it's like, and at that point, I don't think she was as angry as she is now. You know, she saved all her
that's
contacts,
true.
but everyone's just like, how is he still alive? And I'm like, you guys really think Moxie'd murder someone over an agent? She can kick up a new one? Okay. Yeah, I don't know, lots of good moments.
There's a lot of good moments.
There's a
One
lot
of my
of good moments.
Favorite Moxie moments was when she lost it on the scavs when we were ambushed. That was
She almost shot Deeps because he kept like kill stealing.
yeah.
And so like she growled at him like a word, because that was the thing, like she needed to kill them. That was like her thing, was like, I need to kill these people that fucked up my family, even though probably different crew. She needed to get that kill, and he kept denying that.
Yeah.
He's like, you do all the damage, but she wasn't getting that cathartic that she needed to feel. And yeah, had it kept going, she might have shot him, because he was standing in between what she needed to feel in her slightly cyber psycho state.
I have to, because because Hades isn't here. I want to say I really enjoyed his intro mission quite a bit. Just the entire thing with Horatio
Horatio.
and the boat.
Ray,
That was
The mission was fun,
Ray
but
going, you think you can come take us? Come try. Okay.
oh yeah, that was hilarious.
That was
Yeah,
great.
how did I end up the face of the team? That's a terrible plan.
Well, you've talked your way in and out of like situations before.
Yeah, but you're also the one who's willing to talk, whereas everyone else is like,
Yeah, Moxie
wanna do
can.
this.
She's just not great at it. Like she's like, I would like just if I can tell you the truth, fine. But if I have to be deceitful, nah, we're gonna have an issue.
On Checkers, it's just like, you want me to talk to people?
I will say, I'm really sad Hades couldn't make it because I'm very curious about this. It's one of my favorite moments with Deeps. Is that every time he's like in charge of a female NPC, he asks them if they need to shower. It's like, come back to my place and shower. And I'm not sure if that's like, because he talked about playing the paladin type, and I'm not sure if that's his like, I'm going to take care of these, like I'm a caring person, or if that's like Deeps' really awkward flirting attempt.
Oh, with Mox? I don't know.
He did it with, no, he did not Moxie. He did it with Jenny. He did it with Emily, and he did it with Checkers.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, is this a thing? Is this like a thing? But every time he does it, it greatly amuses me.
I'm glad we could be a good backdrop.
Yeah.
Eating a buzzer. What is that job?
No, that's like the finish line.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, aren't you trying to get something
That makes way
out
more
on your Patreon dice for like midnight? That's close. If it's Eastern time it's like 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You got this.
I'm sure.
We believe in
Yeah.
you.
For sure.
But yeah, Deeps every time asking
cool.
asking a female NPC, hey, why don't you come back to my place and get a shower? It just greatly amuses me.
Yeah, now that I think about it, that is kind of funny. Yeah.
I feel like he does it like more to like comfort people because that's how he understands comfort. But
See, I think so. I think that's just part of like the default trait that he goes into, but it greatly amuses me is it attempting to be this flirting technique that has never worked out once.
Not the shower thing.
No.
But he did make out with that girl at the party.
He was very straightforward about it, that's why.
That's true. She was into that, turned out.
I have a bunch of questions. If I keep going, we're gonna go way over time. So does anybody else have any questions?
I mean, you can, if you have more.
No, I have a lot more.
That's
It's good. There's like 6 more questions. It's fine.
Let's speed round. We have
yeah,
13
rapid fire,
minutes.
go.
Who do you think is the worst casualty of Gojira's actions? For me, it
Oh,
was
shit.
Kaze.
Worst casualty, yeah.
Mm.
Sony's the worst? He was
Uh-huh.
a dick.
The worst
No, he was a good
casualty.
guy.
I think Rico.
Oh. Ooh.
I got flipped off.
You did.
Or wait, no, Z.
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 100. that one.
Yeah.
There's no love lost from the whole Rico thing, but Z, yeah.
I would say Z, but I don't feel like that was a Gojira specific thing. That was like a world thing, but not like directly because of shit that we did. Necessarily?
Right, we didn't cause her death.
Not necessarily.
I'm sure random NPCs that were in
think
front of
that's
the
a-
hovel.
Also sad.
Though Kaze, for me, it's definitely Kaze.
That was a pretty.
Whose
Rough.
fate is unknown.
I mean,
Whose face
I
is
have been around too long, but I still carry a lot of guilt about Boy Blue.
Oh, Blue is rough. Grim as well. Deserves a
Oh,
mention.
Grim, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was definitely on
Joss.
us.
Yeah.
Nah,
the
Joss was
Joss
Emily's
thing.
fault. Nah.
It's
Emily's
all
fault
Ray's fault.
because it's Wraith's fault.
No, because she pressed Deeps for information. That's on her.
All right.
He's
Just
like,
don't like
agree to
Emily.
disagree. Yeah, it's true. We know this. Ada, tech is the role that scares me the most as a player because I am not very tech savvy. But what about the role draws you to it, and what aspect are you looking forward to exploring?
I mean, I'm not very tech savvy either. Fortunately, Cyberpunk is relatively simple in that aspect. Like, but inventing something new has a lot of appeal to me because I could do something that's not in the book and that has something, or that is highly useful. But that it also means that I have to sit down and be inventive. So,
Yeah.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Completely
Dice is saying
unbiased
it's
opinion.
The best roll. That's why I
Nice.
play one too. That's why you go tech. Completely unbiased opinion.
Ooh. They just released a new role. I got the email. I'm very excited. I'm not going to read it, but very excited. So congrats on finishing on time, my guy.
Nice.
Well done. Okay, that
Apparently.
one's for Haiti. Yeah, it sent out an alert. If they follow you, you get an email notification. If they don't, they get to wait until you announce it. I don't know. Sorry, guy. Now I feel bad.
This won't be up for a little while anyway. So.
And what it goes directly to VOD.
Well, but I mean, like on YouTube.
Yeah.
It won't be on the YouTube. But yes, the VOD will be immediate.
Cast, is there one character type, sorry, Blank's not so much for you, but is there one character type or facet to a character that you keep throughout all of them? Or is there a type of character you want to try?
Did you say cast? Oh,
Yeah.
cast.
Cast.
Yeah.
With the T.
T.
It's like, he's dead.
I personally have about 3 character archetypes that I rotate between. Checkers is one of the lesser used, or is the least used archetype, more or less. And I do try to make differences and all that kind of stuff, but it almost always falls into one of those 3 categories somehow. I have one I really want to play. I have a character I've been holding on to for 5 years now, but she wasn't appropriate for this situation now, so maybe someday in the future.
Okay. Games?
All my characters are completely unique. Nothing is ever reused. No, I'm always a loudmouth that talks too much and makes poor choices. That's who I am as a human being, and to not have that as part of my character. Like, I've played mute characters. It's very difficult for me to not still be disruptive to the game, even when I'm not allowed to talk. I'm just disruptive, so.
I like to follow breadcrumbs and pull on threads, so that is something that I have learned needs to be built into my characters, because it's something I'm just going to do naturally, because that's what interests me the most in stories and RPG games.
What about you, Blake? What
Yeah.
characters do you play?
When you get to, on the rare occasion.
When I get to on the rare occasion, I generally play like a roguish type of person. Is my kind of default personality. But I'd say I like have a few different archetypes that I go for. Rogue is like my default, like I said, but if we're talking cyberpunk roles, medtech is something I play a lot. I really like that role. Just being the party support, people that rely on you to keep their dude alive. I like that. Or solo, Solos are cool because they can go in a lot of different directions.
Mhm.
It'd be really interesting with that. So, yeah.
I've already talked about this, but for the rest of you, what projects or motives are at the top of your character's list to complete?
I cannot answer this.
You have a new one? It's not like an outstanding one?
It's one he talked about
Okay.
before the pre-stream.
Yeah. And that's part of the old.
It's fair.
The
It's fair.
reason he doesn't want to talk about it is spoilery for the future to come.
My entire larger plan is spoilery.
That's fair.
Just
I was
no.
hoping maybe there was a smaller thing that you could, but alright. We'll wait. We'll wait and see. What does Rafe have planned?
I think that
Dun, dun,
Wraith
dun.
has put out his final album.
Oh.
Lies.
Wait, no, he hasn't put it out.
Yeah.
He's
it-
no.
Oh,
he's
you're
written-
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has not
Wraith is
recorded it.
about to put out his final album.
You need to find musicians, unless you want to do it all the whole ensemble yourself.
He already
Right.
has one musician.
Dave Wacko.
Deeps.
and Deeps,
He's been practicing.
and Boy Blue. Those three.
Yeah.
That's all he needs.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Checkers. What's on Checkers to-do list?
Honestly, right now it is get through the mission and decide if I'm staying with these bastards.
That's fair.
That's fair.
She's
Always
still new enough that she's like, about a lot of it. And while she's friends with Deeps, it's all been very shallow even through the last month. So there's a lot of like decision making for her in the future.
I love the
Take care of dice, so it's good to hear dice.
Yeah, I'm sorry
thank
to
you.
stress you
Good
out. Thanks for being here.
Sorry.
I love the her and Deep's interactions though, and
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I expect that Moxie and Wraith will pass on Jira down to you guys, and you're the new generation of it. So
Glad you're not
I
stressed.
feel like we have a big Scooby-Doo aspect to our when Deeps and I go out and do something, it has a big Scooby-Doo aspect to it.
Yeah, you guys are kind of the Scooby gang of the team. Or you're the Shaggy and Scooby is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
you
sure
guys
who's
got
who.
the episode title for last episode, even though it's a part 2 to something that never had a part 1.
Yeah.
I named it part 2 in my stream title because I did have a part 1.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, spoilers for the name of the new episode. Which is yet to come.
Do you guys have your character sheets open?
Yes,
Yes.
I know my stats.
One's lying. Okay. What is your character's best skill, or like the top skills, like the highest base point allocation?
You know, I could have probably done this
I'm just
without opening the character sheet.
super curious.
Any guesses
Persuasion.
on mine? Persuasion is my tied for 3 highest. I've got persuasion,
Personal
composition,
grooming.
and personal grooming.
Nice.
These are my 3 highest.
Nice.
If you can't guess mine, then I'm doing something wrong.
Like your highest basic tech.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
My second highest, however, is actually demolitions.
Oh shit! It's not what I would have
good
guessed.
to know.
Yeah.
He carries grenades around everywhere.
Yeah,
So
I
do
still
I.
would
That
have put
doesn't
like
mean-
land vehicle tech or weapons tech above it.
I mean, some of them are tied for that. But yeah.
What's the main bad guy we're going against? Best skill?
Fuck you up,
Soldier?
soldier.
What about Mox?
Do you guys know what
I
Moxie's
assume
top
it's
scare is?
deduction.
It is in fact
Deduction.
deduction.
Yeah.
Followed very closely.
Human perception.
Conceal reveal.
Oh. That makes way more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was a joke.
Yeah. It was higher when our empathy score gets up there, but not so much right now. Is there an item from Black Chrome you're excited or have planned to get for your character?
3D printer. Backpack thing.
No.
No.
You don't like anything from it?
Oh no, I personally love
Everything.
a lot of
Yeah.
things in that. There's nothing I think Wraith needs or should have. Because like that amp, that would be pretty sick.
The mic, the
What?
Banshee mic too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that and then the large speaker that you can get with it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But no, he should not have that.
Why shouldn't he? That's his job.
The party bus. Get the party bus.
A party bus.
That comes with a mic and speaker.
Right.
Yeah.
The crowd control from a bus.
I was figuring you were going to say one of the katanas, considering our last episode.
I really want him to have the cyber pup and or cyber cub and lone no
Wolf, yeah.
Lone Wolf and Cyber Cub katana, the replica anime katana that is slightly worse than the real ones.
Very worse, much worse than the real one.
Because I enjoy the reference.
Nice.
Moxie, I've planned for her to get a couple Cyberfingers. She would like the bouncer security glove. And she would really love a Perseus, but I don't think we're going to get one of those anytime soon. So,
How much?
oh, it's $5,000.
Oh.
And it's a very limited edition
You're
run.
about to get 6.
Dude, I have to pay for like 2 weeks of intense therapy.
Oh no. Again?
Forget. Yeah.
And I've wanted the boomerang since Black Prom came out.
The boomerang is cool.
Yeah.
I'll stick with fingers and the glove for now. All right, last rapid fire question, I guess. I don't know. Less about the game and more just about tabletop in general. What do you guys think is the greatest strength or thing that playing a tabletop RPG offers?
This is
Like
going
a
to be a
benefit.
long-winded answer.
Benefit should be
Compared
nothing.
Compared to something, like compared to a video game, or
No,
what do you mean?
just what is the
It's
great strength or
just
benefit?
general?
Yeah. Like, if you were
Moderate.
to tell people why they should play a TTRPG, what would it be?
Hang out with your friends and make a story together. I think that's pretty simple, though.
My
Still a
answer's
good
what?
answer.
Your answer's
For
what?
me, it's
Oh.
for me it's learning to think on the fly and
That's cool.
not within constraints. Because like, I love video games. Don't get me wrong, but in a video game, you have limited options that you have to discover. In a tabletop, you have unlimited options. You can come up with any fucking weird thing you can imagine and make your GM suffer through it. Games does it all the time. Don't give me that look. You know you do. I mean, seriously, the shoe polish robe?
Shoe polish robe is, yeah, that's definitely the Jerry moment of this campaign.
I was banned from getting gasoline in a campaign one time, so yeah.
But the thing is that there's unlimited room to find a way to solve whatever problem it is. And I like that it teaches you how to do that.
Yeah.
Game.
The very short version of what I have to say is that I think storytelling is one of the most important things that humanity has ever done. It's one of the first things we ever did, and probably what has allowed us to survive as long as we have and pass on cultural values and all that kind of stuff. And this type of narrative storytelling is the descendant of that. Us being able to tell a story even among friends that we're making up on the fly is us communicating things that we find important or sharing great emotional feelings and stuff like that. And I think that it is culturally something that can never be lost, because I think it would be a travesty for us.
That's a really great answer. I should have made you go
I've
last. Fuck.
written a paper on this that is like 4 pages long. I'm very passionate about it.
For me, I think one of the greatest strengths of playing a tabletop role-playing game is it gives you an opportunity to focus on an area you're not necessarily great at in real life and do it in a safe environment in small bite-sized pieces so that you can actually become better at it. I am not generally a confident person, and I'm absolutely horrible at like self-promotion and being, proud of what I do. I always downplay it. So to have a character that's, that would be that type of person forces me to do that, even though it's not directly at me, but lets me learn those skills. And I think that's really neat.
Yeah.
It's cool.
That's it. That's my last one.
Cool.
I will say that, it's still very important you get together with friends and just have fun.
Yeah,
Yes.
At the end of the day.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
like the primary reason. Everything else is secondary to me.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing.
And
And
I'm
this-
so happy we've gotten to do this.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
thing that we do is, just so cool.
And thank you
And we
all
got to share
for
it
that.
with all of you
For
folks
sure.
out there.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys enjoy it. We know we enjoy hearing from you. If we're wrapping, I will plug one last time.
Yeah, unless somebody else has a question that they didn't get to ask.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had a few stupid questions, but I'm good to not ask them.
We can
I'll
keep
save them
rapid
for
fire
next time.
answering.
No, I'll save them.
I'm curious.
Okay.
Hate you. He knows it's not true.
Are you going to ask?
No, what's your plug?
Okay. Our giveaway for the Black Chrome book is we're having another one because our top donor asked us to give it away to somebody in the community. If you want to earn it, you can head to this link right here that I'm posting in the chat right now. That's a link to Twitter. Like the post, follow
Tell the
us,
story.
and then comment with like some story concerning Cyberpunk Red or any role-playing game, I don't care, that you really find memorable, and you will be entered to win the copy of Black Chrome for free. Then show up to, well, you don't have to be there. That's not a requirement, but if you are there for our Saturday game, we will announce the winner after intermission.
Yeah, it was important to the winner that it went to somebody who would appreciate it and who didn't otherwise have an opportunity to have a copy of it. So that's why we're going this route with it, to make sure that it gets into the hands, either physically or digitally, of somebody who is going to love it as much as they possibly can. Share your stories.
Yeah.
Indeed.
All right. Well, this concludes this episode of Night City Sofa. Thank you all for joining us. Please let us know what you thought about this segment in the comments below, and any future things you might like to see us randomly talk about here. I skipped over my thing. Or you can let us know on a social media platform or Discord. Discord is really good. Keeps it nice and organized. Night City Sofa will return the first Thursday of the month. Next month, we will be talking about the DLC, whatever this May's DLC release is going to be about. I think, only because James has teased it for a while now and it hasn't come out yet, it's going to be about the piranhas, the piranha gang.
Oh, really?
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
That'll be
Yeah,
cool.
did you see the new teaser?
For the Danger Gal dossier?
Yeah.
No.
Never mind.
There's a new
There's a new one?
I think so, yeah.
The last I knew, they talked about a bunch of the items in the Danger Gal.
The gangs.
I'm
Yeah.
so excited for Danger Gal, man.
We're
It'd be
ready.
nice to know how much shit I've done wrong.
Alternate universe.
Right.
Yeah.
In the other universe.
Yes. But depending on when that DLC
Where
comes
Molly
out,
Anderson is still alive.
it's still alive, yeah. And where the first Thursday falls, we'll be doing Night City Silver to cover that. And be sure to come back to this channel on Twitch on Saturday for our next episode of Shades of Scarlet, our Night City Cyberpunk Red game where, I don't know, things are okay. Our group's
Things
okay.
are fine.
Ish.
Things are okay.
Ish. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys got both of the keys.
We did. Mission was successful. Though there are some kinks.
We've done the optional part of the difficult mission.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
yeah. So join us on Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern. And until next time, Chooms, stay frosty.
Stay frosty.